I've got this big idea, like big. It's 2023. I don't know about you, but I want to make the most out of my year. I'm sure you know by now that when I do things, they are big. So the last YouTube series that we did was about selling all of my stuff, turning 30 and going nomadic. Like, I don't do little things. So I was like, what can we do this year? It is the year 2023. So I've got a challenge. You might want to join me on this challenge. You might not want to join me on this challenge. You might hear this challenge and think, this is insane. She's never going to do this. It's too big. It's a year-long challenge that I've got. So there's going to be lots of fun content for the next year. See what I did there? How can you make the most out of 2023? How can we make the most out of this year? I've got some ideas. Now this challenge, I've been really creative with the name and it's called the 23 challenge. I know, you're amazed, right? This challenge is 23 challenges of 23 things. There's going to be 23 things in each challenge, whether that's like there's going to be 23 challenges in there. You're going to do it for 23 hours. It's going to last 23 days. So it's 23 challenges of 23 in the year 2023. 2022 was like the fastest year ever. Yet also like so much happened. So much happened. It also felt really long. I don't know if anyone else feels like that. Like I felt like the year was so long and so short. So from like, if I think back to the beginning of 2022, I was living in Cardiff. I had no intentions of doing anything crazy. The big move that I did wasn't even thought about back in the beginning of the year. Didn't think about that back then. I feel like 2022 completely changed my life though. Like life is so different now to the beginning. So I am living in Manchester. At the beginning I was living in Cardiff. I sold all my stuff. I am probably the happiest I've ever been. And I think that's a combination of things. I think that's being around positive, happy people all the time. I think that's being around people who genuinely care. I think that's not having loads of stuff, not having ties to anything. I think it's a massive, like it's a huge combination of stuff, right? So if 2020 went so well, what's the purpose of doing this thing? Shouldn't we just go along and see what happens? But that's the thing, like if we don't make shit happen, nothing's gonna happen. And this year, I want to make it as jam-packed as possible. I don't want to get to the end of 2023 and be like, it's just another year, it's just passed by. Like, I want to purposefully do things. I want to get out of my comfort zone. Like, we know that getting out of our comfort zone, that's where you grow. So you have the most growth when you get outside of your comfort zone. And boy, did I get uncomfortable last year. And I witnessed loads of growth. The challenges that I'm doing this year are all linked to personal growth, feeling happier, getting outside my comfort zone, just good positive things. So it could be things like traveling, it can be things like routine, like things that I've wanted to do, maybe that I haven't done yet. Like, I'll go through the list in a minute, but like drink more water. I do not drink enough water. Anyway, I won't like give little snippets away. Let's go through the 23 things that I've got for the 2023 challenge. Now you might think, I want to do a challenge like this, but maybe you want to like pick and choose some of these ideas. There's also, like, if you don't want to do this big challenge, at the end of the video, I'm going to tell you how you can do it in like an easier way. So there's going to be an easy version of this challenge at the end of the video. I hope you're ready. This is a big list, okay? So number one on my list, I have got do 23 things that you've never done before. So do 23 things you've never done before. This could be anything. This could be like eating food, doing different experiences. And actually, I want your help with this one. So if you've got any crazy thing that you think I should do, that I've never done before, put it in the comments below and I'll add it to the list. So I need 23 things. The kids that I'm living with say that I have to go to a football match because I've never been to a football match before. So that's number 1 on my list. But I need 22 others. So what else can I add to that list? So do 23 things that you've never done before. Number 2 is go 23 hours without a mobile phone. And if you're anything like me, you rely on it. Like I rely on it for maps, I rely on it Google to ask questions. I use it for everything, like it's my alarm to get up in the morning. So I'm not sure how I'm gonna go 23 hours without my mobile phone, maybe without my laptop too. Also, I haven't figured out how I'm gonna film that to create a YouTube video. Anyway, number 2 is 23 hours with no mobile phone. Number 3 is 23 acts of kindness. This can be anything from donating food, helping someone, giving someone some money, anything. So 23 acts of kindness. Number 4 is ask 23 questions. Whether that's asking yourself 23 questions, whether that's asking someone else 23 questions to get to know someone better, to get to know yourself better, but got 23 questions. Number 5 is 23 days of drinking enough water. I just do not drink enough water. Number 6 on the list is give 23 hugs. Like hugs are like drugs, like the good kind. Like hugs are so good for you. They make you feel amazing. They make the other person feel amazing. So I want to give out 23 hugs this year. Probably more than that, but at least 23. Number 7 is 23 days of yoga. I did something really similar to this when I did my yoga teacher training, and I felt great after doing it. So I fancy doing another challenge like that. You could maybe do running or cycling, whatever you wanted. And then I'm gonna try 23 wellness trends. I'm gonna do a bit of myth busting with that one as well. So we're gonna see which ones work, which ones are worth doing, and which ones are just completely pointless. Number 9, take 23 cold showers. I'm sure by now we all know the benefits of cold showers. So I'm going to do 23 cold showers. I don't know whether that's going to be 23 days of cold showers. I haven't quite worked it out. This is just the outline of what's going to happen. Number 10 is meet 23 new people. I'm in a new city. I haven't met that many people yet. So what an opportunities. I'm going to make sure that I meet 23 people this year. Go 23 days without sugar. Do 23 things that scare you. Appreciate 23 things about yourself. Send 23 thank you letters. Stroke 23 pets. I'm really excited for this one because I love animals so much. So stroke 23 pets. And the reasons that's good for you as well, I'll go into that in the video. Try 23 new recipes. Compliment 23 people. Watch 23 sunrises or sunsets. Visit 23 places you have never been before. Create 23 pieces of art. Now this could be anything. You might be thinking I am not going to do this because I am not artistic. There's no way it would even be any good. But that's the joy of this project. It's just supposed to be something that helps your creativity, that makes you think a little bit different. It could be drawing stick men on the mirror after you've had a shower. It could be absolutely anything. You could do it by scraping up a pile of leaves and making them into something. It could be anything. You could draw, you could doodle, you could paint, whatever you fancy, any medium, taking photos, but creating 23 pieces of art. Then I have 2 blank spaces. What are they going to be? I haven't quite finished the list yet, but I'm not being a perfectionist. I don't need the list to be perfect before I come on here and tell you about it. So I need 2 more ideas if you've got 2 more ideas. So what challenge of 23 can I do? I need 2 more. And my last one on the list is 23 lessons from the year 2023. So that one we're going to have to be patient for and wait until the end of the year because we need to wait until we've got those lessons from the year. So throughout the year, whenever a lesson happens, I'm going to be writing it down. And I've already had 1 lesson. I will save it for the video though. I've already had 1 lesson of the year, and the year's just beginning. Like today, while I'm filming this, it is the 5th of January. So we're 5 days in, and I've already had a big lesson that I can't wait to share with you. Yeah, I get it. This is a massive challenge, and I don't expect you to do this challenge. If you want to, do it with me, that would be amazing. But as promised, I've got a smaller version of that for you. So my smaller version of this is kind of like a bucket list, I guess. So what 23 things do you want to do this year? Not 23 of 23, but what 23 things do you want to do? What have you been putting off? And you're like, oh, I would really like to go there. I really want to connect with that person. Maybe it could be, one thing could be connecting with 5 people who you haven't spoken to in a little while. Maybe one could be, you know, watch a sunset. It doesn't have to be 23. But have a look at the list, see if there's anything you want to pick and choose and add onto your list. And here's my pro tip, okay? So if you are doing this challenge, if you do want to join in or do something similar to this, do your own version, whatever, here is my tip for you to make it happen. My tip for making it happen is schedule it. So write down the things that you want to do and then put them in your diary. Actually have them somewhere so that on a certain date you will do them. Because if you don't schedule it, it ain't gonna happen. So that is my biggest tip. And that's what I'm sitting down and doing right now actually, is I'm looking at the list and I'm starting to schedule stuff in. Because if we don't schedule it, it ain't happening. So what do you reckon? Am I going to get through this massive list of 23 things? Or is this going to be a big fail for the year 2023? I guess you're going to have to stay tuned and find out.